So, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening kung ano oras of the day nyo man ito pinapanood. But welcome to your Architectural Computer Aided Drafting Class 1. To start with, I'm using AutoCAD 2015. If you have the later version, that's fine. If you have a more recent version, that's also fine. Commands are just going to be the same. So, magta-taglish tayo para madaling sundan. Anyway, when you open your CAD window, you can see the Get Started, Recent Documents, and of course the Connect. So to simply start a drawing, all you need to do is click, ayan na oh, Start Drawing. So click Start Drawing. Now let's have a basic run through of all the toolbars and the ribbons and the taskbars, lahat ng nakikita nyong pwedeng i-click sa window ng AutoCAD. Okay? So parts, on the top left of your software, if you click it, this is the quick access of Autodesk or AutoCAD. So dito nakalagay yung mga the normal commands you use like new, open, save, similar sa Microsoft Office. So nandito siya lahat. Print, export, save as, save, open, new. So walang bago dyan. And then we have the tabs or what you call the ribbon area. So, ang tawag ni AutoCAD sa part na to is ribbon. So, as you can see, minimize to panel buttons. And then, pwede nyo siyang paliitin pa, and then babalik siya. If you have a recent version, just let me know if nagkakaproblema kayo and hindi nyo nakikita yung ribbon area. So, ang paggamit ng AutoCAD, it can either be via these ones, pag-click, or pag-type ng command here in the command bar. So dito sa baba is what you call the command bar. If you can see where I'm clicking, where I'm typing, this is your command bar. And then, itong mismong may grid is what you call the drawing area. So as you can see, nakalagay top 2D wireframe. Ibig sabihin, my panel, my drawing area is set for 2D drawings, and then I'm looking at the top view of my drawing. Ibig sabihin, made for plano. The status bar area is this one. So sa lower right, you have your model, display drawing grid, snap mode, and other commands na dadaanan natin isa-isa mamaya. But for now, what you need to be familiar with is display drawing grid or grid mode with the command being triggered or toggled at F7. So, ang ibig niyang sabihin sa grid mode is ito. Para siyang may graphing paper. If comfortable kayo na mag-draw with that background, yung may parang grid, then that's fine. Make it like that. If hindi kayo comfortable na merong mga linya-linya ganyan, you can press F7 and then mawawala na siya. So, parang blank canvas lang siya. So, F7 is the toggle command, or you can also click this from the status bar. So, yan lang. So, if mawala siya later on habang nagdo-drawing ako, that's the command for it. Huwag magtaka, okay? So, hindi ako comfortable with drawing with the lines. So, tatanggalin ko siya again, F7. Now, let's start with the most basic one, making lines. When you look at the upper left of your ribbon area, so you have line, polyline, circle, and arc. Start tayo sa line because all shapes and plans start with a dot and then a line. So if you click line, one click lang, one left click, and then you click sa drawing area mo, and then you drag. Hindi ko po click and drag, okay? One click lang, one left click, and then bitaw, and then igalaw mo yung mouse, magdo-drawing na yan ng linya. So, pag click ko dito, nandyan yung end ng line. Pag click ko dito, nandyan yung end ng line. click ko here, end ng line. And then, pag click ko here, as you can see, may parang small na green na arrow na lumalabas. So, mafe-feel mo yan na parang nag snap siya, parang sumasara yung figure. So, para sumara yung figure, kailangan para siyang nag snap parang namamagnet. So, click mo ganyan. And then, if you want to end the command, ayaw mo na mag-drawing pa kasi na-drawing mo na yung shape na gusto mo, you can press escape. So, ang pinaka magagamit yung um, button sa keyboard nyo for AutoCAD is the escape at saka ang spacebar. So, mabubugbog yan. Spacebar at saka escape. So, again, if you want to end the command, just press escape. Now, when drawing lines, yung ginawa natin kanina, wala tayong in-specify na measurement sa linya. What you can do for that is, pag click ko yung line, click ulit upper left, and then one left click, and then igagalaw ko pa kanan. May lumalabas na digit, 5.572 if nakikita nyo. Yan ang sinasabi niyang measure ng linya ngayon. If for example, I want it at 5 units. So, itatype ko lang, you don't have to click sa command bar. Diretso na yan. Basta may command kayong ipapasok, wala na kayong kailangang ibang i-click pa. Type lang agad. So, type ko lang 5. And then, I press enter. Ayan. Ibig sabihin, yung line na drawing niya na yan is 5 na yan. 5 units na yan. And then, pag nag-drawing, drinag ko ulit pababa, type ko 10. Ibig sabihin, yung length na yan ay 10 na. And then, pag tinype ko here, 5. Ang length na yan po ay 5. And then, I would just like to close my drawing. So, i-click ko lang siya without any specific measurement. So, i-click ko lang. And then, I want to end the command kasi tapos na ako mag-drawing. So, again, I will press escape. Sana nakakasunod kayo so far. So, since now you have the basics of drawing a line, chill lang tayo, kalma lang tayo before we draw plans and blocks. So, the navigation tools, kung paano nyo gagalawin yung drawing nyo, because AutoCAD is like you're drawing on paper pero digitally. So, ang navigation tools is your scroll wheel. So, yung mouse nyo, yung scroll wheel niya, if you drag papunta sa inyo, the scroll wheel, it zooms out. And then, if you scroll papunta sa monitor, it zooms in. So, zoom out, zoom in. So, pag nag-scroll papunta sa sarili mo, that's zoom out. If nag-scroll papunta sa monitor, that's zoom in. Malinaw po, pag nag-zoom po kayo, for example, you want to zoom dito sa part na to, sa upper right ng figure na to. Tutok mo lang yung cursor mo dyan. And then, dyan siya mag-zoom automatic. Zoom out. Gusto mo mag-zoom dito sa part na to, tutok mo lang dyan, sundan mo lang, and then dyan siya mag-zoom. Okay. Yan. Now comes the deselect at saka selection option. Paano ka magse-select ng drawing mong lines sa AutoCAD? So, there are two ways. No, there are multiple ways, pero yung basic lang, of course. So, pinakasimple, click. Click the line. Just one click, one left click. Click the line, click the line, click the line. Yun na yun. You don't have to, I'll press escape ha. You don't have to, like, click on a specific area, like kailangan dikit na dikit sa linya. Hindi naman. Basta lang matamaan ng cursor yung linya, maseselect niya yan automatic. So, to deselect, kunwari, na-click mo yan and hindi mo siya gustong kasama dapat, just press escape. It cancels the selection. So, you can also select via one click, bitaw, and then move your mouse. Tas nakikita niya, naha-highlight yung figure na nasa right. Ibig sabihin, pag click ko ulit, pag ni-left click ko ulit, na-select niya na yung buong figure. Again, it's not left click and then hold. No, wala pong command sa AutoCAD na kailangan mong i-hold yung click. Laging ano lang yan. Click, bitaw, and then move the mouse, and then click, click ulit. So, escape to deselect, and if you want to if you want to select the two figures, just ganun ulit. Click, drag, click. So, na-select na silang dalawa. Pwede rin from here. Click, ganyan, ganyan. The difference is, kapag from upper left ka pumipili, nasa-select niya ng buo. Kapag sa upper right ka pumipili, kung ano lang yung madikitan niya. We'll expand about that later, pero for now, either way works. Kahit saan kayo mag-select, pwede. Ang hirap pala ng ganitong tutorial. Okay? So now we've come to the select, and then the escape key. So, apart from yung paggamit ng scroll wheel, there's also a command called pan, as in P-A-N, pero ang shortcut for that is letter P. So, pag magta-type kayo ng command, again, hindi nyo kailangan mag-click dito. Just press P. P, and then, ang enter command sa CAD is spacebar. So, P, spacebar. As you can see, nakasulat pan, and then may figure, may symbol ng kamay. Ibig sabihin ng pan would be, igagalaw niya daw yung drawing mo, yung drawing paper mo from left to right, right to left, or parang ipapan mo yung papel. So, what you're gonna do is pag lumabas na yung kamay, you just left click, again, hindi hold, one left click lang. Sorry, mali pala. This one, for pan, may hold. So, you click, and then you retain it, parang you drag it. So, ayan. So, ginagrab niya yung buong paper mo, yung buong drawing space mo para gumalaw yung buong image. So, for example, useful to kapag marami kang figures, for example, na magkakalayo. So, zoom out, zoom in, and then I want to pan para, since nandito ako, I want to pan na hindi ako nagzo-zoom out. I want to look at the other parts of my paper nang hindi ako nagzo-zoom out. You press P, space bar, click, hold the mouse, hold the click, hold it, and then, ayun. Pan mo lang siya, click and drag until mahanap mo yung figure na gusto mong hanapin. Although, it's easier to do the zoom out and then zoom in. But, this will come in handy in the future. So, yeah. So, that's the pan command. Now, we know all the basics of the navigation, making simple lines, and the parts of AutoCAD, some parts of the AutoCAD. What we need to do now is to set the units for our AutoCAD. Kasi 'di ba pag nagdo-drawing tayo in real life, it's either we draw in inches, meters, millimeters, and may scale tayong sinasabi, 'di ba? So for AutoCAD, there's also that feature. So what you're gonna do is you type unit. Sorry, that's with an S, units. And then, press spacebar. So, as you can see, ang setting na nakalagay sa akin for insertion scale is inches. But then again, we are in the Philippines, so we should use either meters or millimeters. Pero, mas accepted sa standards of drawing of construction ang millimeters, lalo na kapag interior ang pinag-uusapan. So, I prefer all our drawings will be made in millimeters. So, click lang. Hanapin yung millimeters, and then type would be decimal, precision, ibig sabihin gaano ka precise, like until what unit mo siya gusto. Decimal degrees, precision 0. Ayan. And then you don't have to adjust anything else. So, just press OK. Okay? And then, to double check kung talagang kumagat yun or na-save siya as millimeters, type niyo ulit units, spacebar, and then dapat millimeters siya. So, okay. That's clear. Now we come with drawing with measurements. Kanina, tinuro ko lang kung paano mag-draw, pero hindi ko tinuro masyado kung paano mag-draw ng precise. Tama. So, ayan. Isa-isahin natin. If you look again to your status bar, yung lower right, meron dito, daanan natin ha, isa-isa. Ortho mode. Ortho mode, ang ibig sabihin niyan is orthographic drawing. If you remember during your first years in college, in architecture, meron kayong orthographic drawing. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, lahat ng lines na idodrawing ni AutoCAD ay 90 degrees. Para mo na ring sinabing may T-square at saka triangle ka at 90 degrees lang ang kaya niyang i-drawing. So, 90 degrees as in horizontal or vertical. So, if clinic ko yung line, click akong isa, ayan. Pag drinag ko siya, hindi katulad kanina na naka-incline yung line or kung saan ko drinag yung mouse, nandun siya. Nagiging automatic na horizontal line siya kung naka-activate yung ortho mode. Ang command for that, ang toggle for that is F8. So, since naka-on siya, naka-blue siya, horizontal and vertical yung automatic na pwede kong i-drawing. If I press F8, ayun, automatic nawawala yung drawing capability niya for horizontal at saka vertical. So, press ko ulit yung F8. Oh my gosh, Vina. Press ko yung F8 and then yan. So, if I were to pick to set a measure, so I'll set 1,000, which means ang laki. Sorry. If you want to cancel the measurement you made, just press similar to Word lang, Control Z. Escape and then Control Z. So, set lang natin siya as 10. So, yan, 10. So, ibig sabihin, ang haba ng linyang ito is, ayan, lumalabas. 10. 10 units for now. Wag muna tayong mag-measure in terms of inches, millimeters. I know sinet ko yon pero in terms of drawing lang muna for the sake of explanation ng measurement drawing. Wag muna nating i-refer sa inches tsaka meters. So, sabihin natin units. So, 10 units. 10 units ang haba ng linyang to. Now, for you to be able to draw an angled line, kasi hindi naman lahat ng drawings natin ay horizontal and vertical, correct? So, what you're gonna do is press the line command and then click and then pag naka-on yung ortho, magpupumilit talaga siya na horizontal vertical lang. Pero there's a way out of that. If you, for example, want to draw a line that is 30 degrees, what you're gonna do is press shift and then less than. So yan, lalabas siya, right? Lalabas yung parang Pac-Man na symbol. Shift and then yung tabi ng nasa M na symbol, na symbol, yeah. Which denotes, ang ibig sabihin po niyan ay angle. So, sabi ko kanina gusto ko mag-drawing ng 30-degree line. So, ang sinasabi ko is shift, angle, and then I type 30. Ibig sabihin 30 degrees yung angle na gusto kong i-drawing na linya. When I press spacebar, ayan. Automatic na ang ito-drawing ng AutoCAD is a 30-degree line. Pwedeng pa upper right, pa lower left. Pero you can rest assured na 30 degrees yan from the horizontal. So, again, gusto ko is 10 units. Type ko lang 10 and then press space bar or enter. And then to terminate the command, just press escape. Yun lang. Now, we have what we call polar tracking. So, kung nahihirapan kayo na ganyan, parang ini-specify pa yung angle, you can set the polar tracking on. So, ang toggle ng polar tracking is F10. So, pag press ko yung F10, nagbo-blue si polar tracking, and then nagde-deactivate si ortho mode. Ibig sabihin, you're now able to draw on with any angle you want. But, so try natin ha, line, and then, ayun, bumalik siya sa dati. But the thing is, pag clinic mo yung polar tracking na arrow sa tabi, meron siyang angles na sinasabi na automatic na pwede niyang i-detect na i-drawing. So, for example, I'll select 30, 60, 90. So, when I draw a line, and then click, and then yun, may lumalabas na green line na sabi niya 30 degrees. So, 30 degrees daw yung line na yan, and then, pag minove mo lang yung mouse, ayun, may green line na naman 60 degrees, and then may 90 degrees, 120, 150, 180. So, automatic magi-snap siya sa mga angles na sinelect mo for the polar tracking. So, since I selected 30, 60, 90, lumalabas yung mga angles na yun automatic when I move my mouse. So, I don't want to draw any more lines, so I will press escape. Nakakapagod po. Masakit na ang aking lalamunan, but the show must go on. Okay? So, dynamic input. Siguro nagtataka kayo na yung crosshair ko, crosshair is itong cross mismo na gumagalaw. Nakaset na kasi yan kung ano yung comfortable na itsura na gusto ko. So, later on na natin yan i-discuss. But, ang dynamic, what I want to discuss right now is dynamic input. So, when you press F12, tama ba? Okay, never mind. Naka-disable siya sa akin. Oh, disable ko nga pala siya. So, that's the pinaka-basic stuff that you need to know sa AutoCAD. Information overload ba? Sana hindi. That's why I recorded this video para madali niyong balikan. Anyway, I would like to delete everything. So, what I'm gonna do is just click and then, again, hindi po ako nagda-drag. One left click and then move the mouse and then, yan. So, naselect ko silang lahat and then I will just press delete. Wala na. Control Z is undo. Similar lang to Word. Okay? So, since clean na yung drawing, let's start over. Let's start over. No, on second thought, sige, ibalik lang natin dyan. But I'll remove these ones. Ayan. So, kung nagtataka kayo kung minsan bakit hindi ko pinipindot yung mga commands dito is because I already know the commands from the keyboard. So, for example, pag magdodraw ng line, pwedeng i-click dito, pero pwede ring press L and then spacebar. So, for me, mas madali yon kesa yung ginagalaw yung mouse. I don't know, depende sa preference nyo. But for me, for example, the command toggle for you to be able to draw a line is L and then spacebar. And then, tinatanong niya, specify first point. So, gusto ko dito mag-start. And then, gusto ko horizontal line. So, I press yung kanina, ortho, F8, ayan. And then, 20. So, yan. Ang sakit na ng lalamunan ko, no joke. Anyway, we move on to the next part. Lines versus polylines. So, ang polyline, ang command niya, ang polyline, you can see it sa tabi ng line sa upper left. So, when you create a polyline, para siyang, ibig sabihin niya, polygon. So, connected siya. So, kunwari, magdodrawing ako ng ayan. So, ang difference ng polyline sa line is that itong figure na to, kahit naka-close siya, when I click one line, ang binabasa ni AutoCAD as 4 na linya siya. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to click 4 of them or select all 4 lines, all 4 boundaries. The difference with polyline is, pag clinic ko siya, binabasa ni AutoCAD as just one figure yung drawing ko. So, yun lang ang difference ni line and polyline. So, kung ang line, ang command niya is L spacebar, ang command naman ni polyline is PL. PL spacebar. Click, 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 click. Ayan. So again, L for polyline and L for line and then PL for polyline, or if mas comfortable gamitin yung yung nasa ribbon bar, and that's fine. Okay? Now we move on to circle. So meron command dito for circle. So you can just click circle. That command, and then tinatanong niya ulit, specify center point for circle. So gusto ko dito yung center ng yung center ng circle ko. Click ko lang and then drag. Wala pong hold ng mouse. Okay, isang click lang, bitaw, and then igalaw na yung mouse. So, ang tinatanong niya, specify radius of circle or diameter. I'm reading from the command bar ha. So, yung sa baba, ayan o, circle, sa baba nakalagay circle. Specify radius of circle or diameter. Kunwari, ang gusto mong radius is the half of the diameter, right? So, ang gusto kong radius is 5. Sorry, ang gusto kong diameter, for example, is 10. So, tinatanong niya kasi kung ano ang i-specify mo, diameter or radius. Since I want a diameter of 10, I will type with D, delta, space bar. And then, ayun, tatanungin niya next, specify diameter of circle. So, I wanted 10, I just type 10 and then press enter. Yan na, ibig sabihin, this is a circle with a diameter of 10. Ngayon, if you want to specify the size of your circle depending on the radius, what you're gonna do is press circle ulit and then press mo here, kahit saan, and then type, ayun, nagtatanong siya ulit, specify radius of circle or diameter. I want it to be a radius this time. So R, to be based on radius this time, R, and then spacebar. Sorry, R spacebar, and then type mo 5. Ayan. Since radius yung in-specify mo, doblehin niya. Ibig sabihin, magka-size yung dalawang circle na to. Now, ang command naman for circle is CI. CI and then spacebar. Parehas sa line space, L spacebar at saka PL spacebar. So, CI spacebar, click, draw the circle, click. Okay? Just to let you know, yung commands ko for AutoCAD ay naka-edit na kasi yun yung sanay akong controls. So, ang tawag doon sa commands na yun, yung mga LPL is alias. If I'm not mistaken, ang command originally for AutoCAD ng circle is C. So, pag press nyo ata yung C, magdo-drawing siya ng circle. I'm not sure. Pero sa akin kasi, since mas madalas kong ginagamit yung command na copy, ang sinet kong command for C is copy. So, ayun. If you want to edit your alias, no, let's do that later. So, again, if hindi gumana yung CI na command sa inyo, it's probably C spacebar. Okay? So, L for line, PL for polyline, and then CI or C for circle. Okay, after that arc, very straight to the point, you click, ayan, nagtatanong siya. Pag hindi nyo alam kung anong gagawin, tignan nyo lang lagi itong command bar, yung nasa baba. Tatanong niya yan lagi. Kunwari, when I click, ayan, specify start point of arc or center. So, saan mo daw gustong umpisahan yung drawing? So, click lang, bitaw agad, okay? Tapos itatanong niya naman, specify second point of arc or end. So, gusto ko na perfect horizontal. So, press ko F8 para maging ortho. Dito yung second point, and then, ayun. Ayan. tinatanong niya naman, specify endpoint of arc. So, mafe-figure out nyo rin to. Ang hirap niya kasi explain pag hindi nyo hawak mismo or ginagawa mismo. But when you click, so that's your arc. So, nadaanan na natin ang 1, 2, 3, 4. The shortcut key for arc is, if I'm not yeah, arc. Or AR. No, it's arc. So, you type arc and then, ayan. Ayan. Yung. So, ang shortcut key naman, hindi siya shortcut. Ang command key for arc is ARC. Similar to this one. So, now we have the fourth item would be rectangle because our plans would mostly be rectangles. So, nandito siya sa upper left ulit. So, when you click rectangle, ayan, tatanong niya ulit, specify first point, first corner point. So, kung i-click ko dito, one click lang, and then ida-drag ko, ayan na yung rectangle. I-click ko, ayan. Nag-draw na siya agad ng rectangle. Pero, wala yung measurement. So, what you can do, click nyo ulit yung rectangle. Tapos, kung saan nyo gusto umpisahan, and then drag. Ayun, nakikita nyo may dalawang box na nagtatanong, specify other corner point or digit. Ang ibig sabihin niyan is, if you go back to your Cartesian plane, di ba, there's an x-axis and a y-axis. X-axis for rectangle stands for the length. Gaano kahaba ang gusto mong haba ng rectangle mo? So, the x-axis. So, x, y yan. For example, I want a rectangle that's 20, length 20. So, I type 20, and then press comma. Ilalock niya na yung 20 and then itatanong niya kung ano naman ang height na gusto mo for the rectangle or the width. So, ano yung y-axis? Ano yung tangkad niya from the point 0, 0 paakyat o kaya pababa. So, for example, I want a 20 by 10. 10 na rectangle. So, ang height ko, ilalagay ko 10. 10 spacebar. So, yun. Measure ko lang kung tama. Ayan. So, this is the rectangle we drew 20 by 10. So, yun. Ulitin ko po. Rectangle. Click the icon. Specify first corner point and then igalaw mo lang yung mouse. Tapos, for a 20 by 10 rectangle, 20, 10 spacebar. Yan lang. Ayan. Ang command naman po for rectangle, kung ayaw nyo nagkiklik dito, is REC, rec. REC spacebar, click, drag, and then 20, 10. Yan. Yan. So, there's a lot of commands to memorize, pero you'll get the hang of it. For now, you can use these ones. Wala namang problema dun. Pero, just so we cover all aspects, both from clicking and from typing. Kasi, when you're working in big plans, yung kamay mo talaga lagi, your left hand automatic nasa keyboard yan. Nasa keyboard talaga and nakakahilo if yung mouse is napupunta pa sa ribbon bar. So, ang usual role lang ng mouse is to draw and then to zoom in, zoom out, and to pan. Yung commands usually nandito na. REC spacebar, ganyan. Yan. Okay, we've tackled lines, polyline, circle, arc, rectangle. Now we go to move tool. Mabilis na bagsakan lang to para pwede nyong balikan yung video, pwede nyong i-train yung sarili nyo and i-try. So, move tool, nandito na tayo sa second part. So, tapos na tayo sa draw na tab. We have the modify na tab. So, when you click move, ayan. And then, ang tinatanong niya, select object. Ano daw yung object na i-move mo? So, isa-select ko tong rectangle na to. Ayan. Tapos, sabi dito sa baba, one object, select objects, one found. Kasi isa pa lang yung kiniklik ko. Kung isa lang ang gusto kong igalaw, kung yan na yon, I press spacebar. Ibig sabihin, tapos na ako mag-select spacebar. Tapos, ang tinatanong niya, specify base point or displacement. Ang base point po, ang ibig sabihin nito, saan mo gustong hawakan yung figure. So, for example, gusto ko itong corner na to, dumikit sa corner na to. Ibig sabihin, hahawakan ko yung rectangle, one click here, and then, i-click. Ang next na tanong niya is, specify second point. So, saan ko daw siya, since napili ko na kung saan ko siya hahawakan, saan ko naman daw siya ididikit, saan ko siya i-move. Since gusto ko siyang i-move dito, sabi ko kanina, igalaw mo lang yung mouse and then click. Ayun na. Nagdikit na sila. Kashing! Magic. To terminate the command, just press escape. Walang kaso yan kahit ilang beses nyo i-press yung escape. Minsan, pag di ka makapag-isip kung paano mo gagawin or i-design, zoom in, zoom out, escape, 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 escape. Yan. Kaya natatagtad ng cancel yung command bar natin. So, ulitin ko po. Move command is this one, move. And then, for example, you want to move the circle papunta dito sa linya. Select the circle. And then, kung tapos ka na mag-select, press spacebar. And then, gusto ko siyang hawakan sa gitna. Kung saan ko siya gustong hawakan daw. Click. And then, I want it here sa edge ng line. Sorry, sa end ng line. Click. Ayun, yun lang. I'm not dragging ha. I'm not click and then hold. Click lang talaga, bitaw, and then galaw ng mouse. So, ang command naman for move is, if I'm not mistaken, MO. Naka-edit na po ulit. Ang alam kong command for move is MO. Pero sa computer ko po, ang command is M. So, I will just press M spacebar. Again, na-edit ko na yung command ko. So, if hindi gumana sa inyo yung M, ibig sabihin MO ang command. So, M spacebar, select an object. I want to move it here. Tapos ko nang iselect. So, spacebar, click, click, tapos. So, ulitin ko. M spacebar, click, spacebar, click, click, tapos. So, if hindi gumana yung M, it's MO. Ayan. Okay, let's just dive right into it. Minsanan na. Now you know your move tool. The next tool is the command copy command. So, pag press mo pag clinic mo yung copy, why do I keep saying press? Pag clinic mo yung copy, literal. Tapos ang tinatanong niya, select object. Aling object daw yung gusto mong i-copy? So, I want to copy this figure made by lines. So, gusto ko ito, ito, ito. Itong tatlo lang ang gusto kong kopyahin. So, yan. Tapos na ako mag-select kasi silang tatlo nga lang. So, ang toggle key is spacebar. So, similar sa move kanina, tinatanong niya, specify base point. Saan ko daw gustong hawakan yung figures, objects na sinelect ko. Gusto ko silang hawakan here, for example. Wait lang, my phone is ringing. I'm so sorry. Wait, dyan lang kayo. Okay, I'm back. Napaka-raw ng video na to. I'm so sorry. Ulitin ko. Copy. Select copy. Click copy. And then, tinatanong niya select objects. Aling objects daw ang gusto kong i-kopyahin. So, gusto ko silang tatlo. 1, 2, 3. Tapos ko nang i-select. So, spacebar. And then, tatanong niya saan ko gustong hawakan. Gusto ko hawakan here. Ayan, click lang and then ayun o. Gumagawa siya ng another copy of the objects you selected. Click and then move your mouse and then click. So, ayan. Kung uulitin ko siya, click the copy, select 3, spacebar, hawakan ko dito. Kung gusto mong gawin multiple times, i-off mo. Ayan. If ayaw mo na horizontal vertical lang, press F8 again para dun sa ortho, yung dito, para ma-deactivate yung ortho. So, ayan. That's the copy command. Ang shortcut naman po for copy is, if I'm not mistaken again, it's CO. But for me, nakalagay po sa computer ko is C. Kasi ang layo ng O sa C. So, pag nagmamadali ka na gusto mo mag-copy ng objects, for example, ang hassle na itatype ko pa CO, ang layo ng travel ng daliri ko. So, I just set C, select object, C spacebar, select object, spacebar, click, 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 click. If sa inyo, CO, spacebar, select object, spacebar, click, 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 click. See? Doesn't make a difference. Command lang yung naging difference sa atin. So, for copy, it's either CO or, no, I think it's CO. So, it's CO, the copy command. Now, ang delete command, yung sinabi ko kanina is when you select, you can press delete. But, you can also do select and then E. Ibig sabihin, erase. Ayun, lumalabas naman yung erase. So, E, and then to enter the erase command, just press spacebar. Ayun, na-erase na lahat ng sinelect mo. Undo ko ha. Pwede rin naman na pag hindi ka pa nakaka-select, you type E, spacebar, tapos itatanong niya ano yung objects na gusto mong i-delete. So, yan. Mano-mano mong pipiliin isa-isa or idadrag mo lahat. Pag na-select mo na lahat, spacebar. So, pwedeng baliktad. Pwedeng piliin mo muna and then E spacebar, madidelete lahat. Or, E spacebar muna, tas tsaka ka magse-select, tsaka ka mag-spacebar. Similar yan sa lahat ng commands. For example, sa-select ako, tas gusto ko i-move. So, sa inyo, MO, sa akin, MO spacebar, click. Ayan. Pwede rin na M muna, spacebar, tas tsaka ako magsa-select, tsaka ako mag-spacebar, tsaka ako mag-move. So, pwedeng baliktaran na select muna bago i-type yung command or i-click yung command or command muna bago i-select yung objects na gagalawin or i-copy. So, yun. Information overload na ba? Kaya pa? Kaya pa. Pwede nyo namang i-rewind yung video eh. So, madali lang to. Okay, now that we know copy command, delete tool, erase tool, now we move on to rotate. Rotate, literal, ibig sabihin, iikot niya yung figure mo. So, for example, I have here a square. I'll draw a square. Rect, spacebar, click, a 5 by 5 square. Ayan. I want to make it into a diamond. So, click mo yung rotate dito. Rotate. Select object. Pag hindi nyo alam talaga kung anong gagawin after nyo mag-click, basahin nyo lang itong nasa baba. Siya na magsasabi. Kunwari, click ko, rotate. Tapos itatanong niya, select object. Ano yung gusto mong i-rotate? Ayan. Select. And then, kung na-select mo na yung gusto mong object, okay ka na dyan, space bar. Tinatanong niya ulit, specify base point. Saan mo gustong hawakan para umikot yung figure? So, click. Ayan, oh. Tinatanong niya, specify rotation angle. So, para makagawa ng diamond, it's 45 degrees, correct? So, type 45. Ibig sabihin, i-rotate ko siya into an angle of 45 degrees. So, 45 spacebar. So, ayan na po. Naging diamond na ang inyong square. Ang command naman po for rotate in terms of typing is RO. So, RO spacebar, select object spacebar, select base point, 45 spacebar. Ayun. So again, pwede pong via dito, pwede rin na RO spacebar. Okay? Moving on, pwede there's also the command mirror. Malapit na tayo, don't worry. There's also the mirror command. So, mirror, literal, i-reflect mo yung drawing na meron ka. When will my reflection show? Sabi nga ni Mulan, di ba? So, mirror. Aha, ang corny nun. Anyway, mirror, click mo yung mirror, and then click mo yung object. Kung tapos ka na mamili ng object, press spacebar. Tapos tinatanong niya, specify first point of mirror line. Asan daw yung salamin mo? Saan siya magre-reflect? So, for example, merong imaginary line dito. Ang first point would be, pwedeng here, and then, ayun o. So, kung ganyan daw yung gusto ko vertical, so, press ko F8 ha, para mag-ortho. Ayan. So, vertical na reflection is like that. And then, if gusto ko ng horizontal reflection, ganyan. Wala po akong dinadrag. Isang click lang and then move the mouse. So, yan. Tapos, pag clinic ko, tinatanong niya, erase source objects. Gusto mo ba mabura yung original na diamond mo or hindi? Kung gusto mong mabura, you press Y as in yes. Kung ayaw mong mabura, you press N and then spacebar. Yun. N meaning no. So, ayan. Ulit tayo. So, mirror, select object, spacebar. Tapos, tinatanong niya, saan ang mirror mo? Nasaan yung salamin? So, gusto ko nandito yung salamin. So, yan. Naklik ko na po. Tapos, tinatanong niya, erase source objects. For this time, gusto ko ma-erase yung existing diamond ko. So, tatype ko yes. Ayun. Para mo lang siyang minove. Pero, ayan. So, ang command naman for mirror, kung hindi mo gustong nagkiklik dito is MI. I know information overload na in terms of commands, pero trust me, you're gonna memorize all of this in just doing one plan. Isang plan lang, gamay nyo na to. So, MI spacebar, select object spacebar, select the mirror plane. Since gusto ko, for example, nakadikit yung figure. Select the mirror line, click, and then spacebar, ayun na. 'Di ba? So, pwede rin naman na instead of mirror, since parehas naman sila, pwedeng copy, which is sa inyo is CO. CO, spacebar, click, spacebar. Yan. Ayun. You can try doing it. Pause nyo muna ako and then try nyong gawin on your own. Okay, malapit na tayo. Ano na lang, trim, fillet, and offset. And then we're done. Meron tayong activity na mabilis lang, easy lang right after this. So, rewind nyo na lang ako, okay? So, tapos na tayo sa mirror tool. Now we come to the fillet tool. Fillet, as you can see the drawing, meron siyang curved na part. So, yung edge ng rectangle, yung corner ng rectangle, ginagawa niyang arc. Ayan, rounds and fillets the edges of objects. So, for example, I have a rectangle, right? And then, I press fillet. Tinatanong niya, select first object. So, yan. Tsaka select second object. Alin daw yung pangalawang gagawa niya ng arc? This one. Tapos, tinatanong niya yung radius. Sorry. Let's explode. Fillet, F. And then, first object. Second object. Tinatanong niya yung radius. Gaano daw ka-curved? So, radius is, ayun, ang nakaspecify kasi pala na radius is 0. So, hindi siya naaano. So, what you're gonna do is press fillet and then click radius. And then, kunwari gusto ko ng radius of 1. 1 space bar and then select first object. This one and then this one. Ayun. So, ulit po, click fillet and then sa baba, tinatanong niya, just press R, type R, sorry, space bar, and then specify fillet radius. Ano daw yung radius na gusto nyo? For this one, I want a 0.5 radius. 0.5 space bar, select first object, select second object. So, mas maliit yung corner, yung arch corner na nagawa niya. So, yun lang. The problem, hindi naman problem, the thing with fillet is kapag kasinet mo na yung radius niya while you're drawing, the tendency is hindi na siya magbabago not unless baguhin mo siya ulit. So, if you want na lahat ng radius for the fillet is 1, so select fillet R space bar 1 space bar. So, ayan. Fillet. Hindi ko na kailangang i-retype na 1. So, pag clinic ko ulit yung fillet, select object, second object, ayun, automatic na 1. So, click ko ulit yung fillet, ayun. So, pwede mo na i-disregard to. So, yun yun. Pwedeng ulit-ulitin mo na lang na fillet. Pag naset mo na 1 yung radius or kung ano man yung radius na gusto mo, pwede mo nang ulit-ulitin. Um, hindi mo na kailangang i-retype na 1. So, the shortcut key naman for fillet is F. Yeah, hindi ko to binago. So, it's just F space bar. Since okay na ako sa 1, you just click the first object, second object. And then, para ulitin yung command, hindi mo na kailangang i-type ulit na F. Nare-remember kasi ni AutoCAD yung last na command na in-enter mo. So, for example, for fillet, F, space bar, click, click. Gusto ko mag-fillet ulit for here. Space bar lang ulit. Oh, space bar lang ulit. Space bar lang paulit-ulit. Ulitin niya lang yung command na last na ginawa mo. Hi, we're almost there. Okay. The next tool would be the trim tool. So, trim as in puputulin. So, for example, I have a line that traverses. Ayan. So, meron akong nawawalang triangle. And then, gusto kong putulin lahat ng linya. Gusto kong putulin lahat ng linya na pumasok sa loob ng triangle ko. So, what I'm gonna do is, click trim. Select ko yung boundaries na gusto kong gamitin to trim. So, since yung triangle yung gusto ko, ayan, na-select ko na lahat ng lines and then I press spacebar. And then, ang susunod niyang ina-ask is to select object to trim or shift select to extend or blah blah blah. So, isa-select ko yung objects na gusto kong i-trim and automatic nakikita nyo nawawala na siya. Pwede rin. Ganyan. Ganyan. Now, for this figure, as you can see, pag clinic-click ko, walang nangyayari kasi wala namang kahit anong part sa kanya ang dumidikit dun sa triangle ko. So, hindi siya kasama dun sa pwede mong i-trim. So, pag tapos na ako mag-trim, I just press escape. Ayan. And then, if ayaw nyo tong figure na to, select lang E spacebar. Ayan, wala na. It works similarly. Kunwari, ang gusto ko namang i-delete are the ones na nasa labas ng boundary ng triangle. So, I press trim, I select the triangle, and then ang gusto kong i-delete yung mga lagpas sa triangle. Pagtapos ko nang maselect yung boundaries, I press spacebar, and then I select the ones na I want to trim. Ayan. Ibig sabihin, ang natira lang, may nakakausi na part. Ayan, ang natira lang yung mga nasa loob ng triangle. Clear po ba? Okay, I'm assuming that's clear. Balikan nyo na lang if hindi nyo na-gets. Ayan. Sakit na ng lalamunan ko, guys. So, i-delete ko na po ito kasi nakakausi. So, that's the trim command. It works then, for example, may linya kang ganyan. And then, ayan. The the keyboard command for trim, apart from clicking here, is TR. TR spacebar. Uh, Gusto ko putulin yung linya na to, for example. TR spacebar, select the boundary, spacebar. Puputulin ko is this one, spacebar. Gets? Gets. Okay. So, that is the trim tool. Now we come to our last command. Kasi feeling ko, ito lang yung basic na commands na kailangan yung malaman for you to be able to draw something sa AutoCAD. So, offset command as in, ito. Offset creates concentric circles, parallel lines, and parallel curves. So, parallel, ibig sabihin, offset meaning you're moving one object inside or outside um, the original source of the object. So, useful to sa walls. As you can see, example niya actually is walls. Ayun o. Ano ba? Ayan o, walls. So, di ba ang walls natin for exterior is 150 mm. So, let's say I have an 8 by 8 room. And then, kailangan ko ng mag-drawing ng exterior. 8 by 8 ang sukat niya from the interior to interior, wall to wall. So, offset, pag click ko yung offset, click offset, and then tinatanong niya, specify offset distance. So, gaano kalayo from the existing wall, gaano kakapal, yun ang term, gaano kakapal ang gusto mong i-offset. So, since naka-mm tayo kanina, I'll just, naka-vague na units tayo, I'll just place 0.15 for example. 0.15 as in 0.15 ang kapal ng wall. So, 0.15 space bar. Tapos, tinatanong niya, select object to offset. Ano yung gusto mong lagyan ng kapal? So, kiklik ko lang to kasi ito yung gusto kong i-offset, and then, one click lang ha, and then when you move your mouse palabas o kaya paloob, ayun o. Pag hindi ko clinic. Pag drinag ko pataas, hindi drag eh. Pag minove ko pataas yung mouse, nag-offset siya palabas. Pag minove ko yung mouse pababa, nag-offset siya paloob. Pero since sabi ko, interior ng ginagawa ko is 8 meters, so palabas dapat. So palabas, and then click lang. Yan lang, click lang. Ulitin ko po. Offset, and then itatanong niya yung distance, 0.15, space bar, select yung object kung exterior ang ginagawa at sinabi ko 8 ang clear sa loob, so palabas. Click lang and then move the mouse and then click ulit. Ganun lang siya. Ayun, that's it. So, for example, tapusin na natin. If you want, like, kunwari, gagawa ko ng window dito. I'll type L. Mabilisan lang ha. Pwede nyo namang i-slow mo. Offset, ang opening ng window ko is 1.2, so I'll press 0.6. TR, yung command ko kanina, trim. Ayan. So, ayan na yung opening ko for the window. Diba? Mas madali pag keyboard kesa click-click dito. At least yung mouse mo nakafocus lang dito sa drawing. Okay. Kung nagtataka kayo if sinusundan nyo na minsan hindi dumidikit yung cursor nyo or hindi siya nag-i-snap or naglalak, the command for that to edit those stuff is dito. Ayan, dito sa taskbar na to, sa command bar, status bar na to, it's what you call OSNAP, object snap. So, saan mag-i-snap yung cursor pag tinutok mo. So, as you can see, if I press the arrow here, mag-i-snap daw yung cursor ko sa endpoint, midpoint, center, node, sa intersection, tsaka sa perpendicular. So, anong ibig sabihin yan? So, as you can see right now, naka-check yung midpoint, di ba? So, if I draw a line, L, space bar. Ay, naka-off pala. Kamote. Hindi siya ano. The toggle for object snap is F3. So, pag in F3 ko, nawawala yung blue. Pag in F3 ko, bumabalik yung blue. So, since naka-on na, yan, naka-on na yung object snap, I'll create a line. Gusto ko sa gitna nito mag-snap sa midpoint ng linyang to. So, as you can see, ayun no, hindi nyo makita, pero when you hover your mouse, nagkakaroon siya ng green na cross. I'll zoom you in, ayun. Automatic, ayun, nakasabi sa kanya midpoint. And then when I click that, pwede kong ma-determine na yun mismo yung gitna. 'Di ba? So, for example, I will make a line here and then here, since naglalak siya sa midpoint, ayan. So, yan. Meron niya ako niyan. Ngayon, if naka-uncheck yung midpoint ko, i-uncheck ko ha, and i-delete ko yan. Gusto kong ulitin yung same na kanina. Gusto kong ulitin to, pero naka-off yung midpoint ko. Hindi mababasa ng cursor ng mouse ko yung midpoint ng linyang to. So, if I press line, L, spacebar, click, ayun o. Automatic nag-snap yung cursor ko sa end nung line na to. Hindi niya mahanap. Hindi ako makaklik mismo dun sa midpoint. Hindi lumalabas yung green na cross kanina. So, pag nag-click ako, kahit na i-click ko dito sa gitna, automatic nagsasara siya sa endpoint. Kasi ang nakaselect lang is endpoint. So, yun. Lahat ng naka-on dito, depending on your preference. Pero sa akin, ang pinaka naka-on lang lagi is perpendicular, intersection, node, center, midpoint, endpoint. Kasi if naka-on yung extension and yung nearest, minsan hindi sumasara yung figure. Parang for example, pag nag-drawing ako ng rectangle, ayan no. Kapag chinek mo yung nearest, pag chinek mo yung nearest, may tendency na hindi sasara yung figure, like parang ganyan lang. So, magkakaproblema ka nun if hindi nakasara yung figure mo. So, better na naka-off yung mga this ones. Ayan. So, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. For your exercise, syempre may exercise tayo after ko magdaldal ng ganito. Mabilis lang naman to. So, I'll delete everything, okay? For your exercise, you are required to make this figure. I will know if kinopy nyo lang or sinave as nyo yung file ng classmate nyo. I will know. I promise you, I will know. I know AutoCAD. Anyway, so I want you to be able to draw this figure. So, hindi ko na-explain kung ano yung commands na sasabihin ko. Figure out for yourself kung paano ang gagawin nyo. Basta kailangan ganito ang end product nyo. Tinitignan ko kasi yung drawing ko, binibilang ko mano-mano, kaya medyo mabagal. Ayan, yan lang. That's simple. I want you to be able to draw this figure. Nakita nyo na kung paano ko ginawa. Baka may ibang approach kayo na pwedeng gawin. So, for this one, line lang to. Hindi siya polyline. Doesn't matter even if you do a polyline as long as you end up with this figure. So, this is your exercise 1. Sobrang dali lang yan. Nakita nyo kung paano ko ginawa. I will put, sorry, hindi ko pala nilagyan ng sukat. Nakakaloka. Never mind the format of the dimensioning, okay? Para lang makita niyo yung sukat. Alam ko ang pangit niya, pero para lang may reference kayo ng sukat. Ayan. Okay. And then itong circle na to ay nakatapat dito at saka dito. Ayan yung center point niya. Its radius is 0.5. Diameter is 1. So yan po. This is 1, okay? That's the dimension of your figures. You don't have to put the dimensions. Again, ang gusto ko lang makita ay yan mismo. Okay? Okay. That's it for lesson 1 on AutoCAD. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna do this for the whole semester. That's it for the whole semester. The whole semester. That's it for lesson 1 of AutoCAD, computer-aided drafting for architecture 1. So I will post the details on when is the deadline for this plate. This exercise, I mean. Salamat po sa pagsama. Bye!